All is for our good alone. Once a king had a minister who believed that everything happens for one's own good. No matter what happened, good or bad, he would say, all this is for our own good. One day the king was practicing fencing. By an error of judgment, the sword struck the king's little finger and it was cut off. His hand bled profusely, and the doctors rushed to the spot to bandage it. The king was in great pain. He was given sedatives, and as he was resting, his minister, who was standing nearby, consoled the king and said, everything happens for the best. The king was enraged. What silly nonsense! He was in great pain, having lost a finger, and here was this silly man with a stupid theory. He shouted in anger, throw him into prison. Let him stay there until it is proved that losing my finger is for my own good. The attendants came forward and arrested the minister. As they led him to the prison, the calm and unperturbed minister said, everything happens for the best. In a month or two, the king's finger healed. He resumed his normal activities. One day, while he was out hunting, he got separated from his companions and got lost in a dense forest. As he was wandering around, a fierce tribal chief and his men surrounded him. The king was hopelessly outnumbered and could not fight them for long. He was bound hand and foot and taken to their temple to be offered as a sacrifice to their goddess. As they bathed his body and readied him for the sacrifice, the priest discovered that his little finger was missing. A defective person could not be offered as a sacrifice. So the tribals took him to the edge of the forest and released him. The king returned to the palace, happy to be alive after his narrow escape. Immediately he ordered the release of his minister. When the minister came, the king told him how he had narrowly escaped death, all because of his missing finger. He said, my dear minister, I know now that the cutting off of my finger was for my good. But what about you? You were in prison. Was that also for your good? The minister smiled broadly and said, yes, your majesty, it was for my good. Had you not ordered my imprisonment, I would have surely been with you when the tribals caught you, and they would have caught me too. They released you as unfit for sacrifice. But they would not have let me go because all my limbs are intact. So my life too was saved because I was thrown into prison. The king appreciated his minister's wisdom and rejoiced at the ways of the Lord.